And on the track is our women's B, 3,000 metres. And I'll read out competitors. There are 20 of them in this race, with hip number 1, Brianna Kroll from Box Hill. Hip number 2, Louise Ton, Invitational. Hip number 3, Victoria Skaltsonis, Invitational. Hip number 4, Carmen Ip from Box Hill. Hip number 5, Olivia Weston, Invitational. Number 6, Sarah Waters, Deacon. Number 7, Rachel Johnson, Box Hill. Number 8, Amy Herbert, Invitational. Number 9, Amy Davenport, Invitational. Number 10, Julie Norrie, Box Hill. Number 11, Rebecca Kirkham, Invitational. Number 12, Alexandra Buki Smith from Melbourne University. Number 13, Joanne Pratt from Terrelgan. Number 14, Jessie Main from Diamond Valley. Number 15, Hayley George, Invitational. Number 16, Grace Mueller from Yarra Rangers. Number 17, Sophie Westcott, Invitational. Number 18, Christine Ashton, Box Hill. And number 19, to round out the field, Jenna Chiffy Gray, Invitational. And our pacer in this race, who competed in the women's A, 3,000 metres, Charlotte Wilson. And it is Jenna Chiffy Gray, Invitational athlete, who is sitting right on the heels of our pacemaker in Charlotte Wilson. Her PB is an 11:30, but some of the faster athletes in this race will be heading for around that 10:30 mark.
Yeah, well, Jessie Main's probably one we're going to look for. Is that one of the Waters girls as well, sitting in third position there? I think it is. Gee, great to see Charlotte Wilson after a tough 3K, getting out there and just taking these girls through.
She's just emulating her partner Liam in what he did a few weeks ago at the Box Hill Burn, doing a 5K A race followed by pacing duties in the 5K B race. Bit of an extra training session for her.
Yeah, no, I don't know much about Chiffy Gray at all, but she's looking quite steady. One we've got to watch out for here is Julie Nornie. So the Victorian 50 to 54 record is 10:51.5, and the Australian record 10:30.27. And we think that Julie is in shape for one or both of those tonight. So Julie Nornie is what you can just see her there moving into, I think, 4th or 5th on the line, but 4th in the race at the moment.
And we, you might have missed earlier in the coverage that we did have a 60-plus Victorian record in the 3,000 metres earlier in the evening.
And we think Bart Leeton might have got an under 14 record.
Yeah.
Can Julie go for a 50-plus
right. We need to get
record?
this record counter.
Yeah. We've got Dave McNeil running an all-time PB. Now, we've got on the all-time list, Dave had a 7:47, but that was an indoors. So this will definitely, it's a PB all-time, and it goes ahead of that indoor time that he had recorded. So it's Wilson and Waters, then Main. Chiffy Gray next position, then Julie Nornie leading the bunch. I think that's Vic Skaltsonis just going to the outside there. Good to see Vic back on the track again after a bit of a horror year in 2020. Bucky Smith's the next one. I've seen a little bit of her this season, and she does impress. She ran very well in the Vic 5,000 metre champs.
And once again, we've been talking about 2 or 3 races. It kind of happens this way when these little packs are formed. It's the easiest way to race these longer events. And we do see 3 packs being formed. Charlotte Wilson still leading the way, pacing out the leading girls.
Yeah, so Main sitting pretty there at the moment too, just deciding to get onto the back of Waters.
The outside of Chippy Gray there. Oh, Sarah Waters, I apologise, now it is, as we come into the bright light. So Sarah Waters on the pace, Jess Main, Brianna Kroll, the triathlete. Former swimmer now taking...
Yeah, so Kroll has taken charge of that next bunch. So Nornie and Skaltsonis going with her.
And on for 10:30 pace, pretty much everyone that you see on screen right now going through that K in about 3:30 or 3:20 or 3:30.
I think 10:30 would be a nice time. A few there would be quite happy. Davenport was quite good here last time in the race.
So Pratt and Herbert just going through, and Ip and Johnson's in that next little pack. And then we've got Rebecca Kirkham. So we saw Sarah Waters' sister Rebecca in the previous women's 3K doing very well. She was sub 10. Christine Ashton's leading that next little bunch. She ran extremely well here at the Box Hill Burn, I think. Christine did a really big run.
The name's familiar. See on screen now, Joanne Pratt.
Yeah.
And that'd be Amy Herbert in the black singlet.
So Waters on the outside now, Wilson. Main. Scalzonis now looking
So lead hasn't changed. Still Charlotte Wilson ticking off those laps in that consistent pace with Waters and Main trailing.
Westcott and Ashton, two training partners here from Box Hill working together.
Westcott and Ashton are next. And it is our Masters athlete, Julie Norney. Julie Norney sitting in 5th position or 6th position on the track. Now she's in 5th position. Now our pacer, Charlotte Wilson, has veered off onto the grass. So her job is done tonight. It's taken them through a few laps. So it is Sarah Waters,
mark.
Jessie
So
Main.
they're sitting on around that, well, just under the 10:20.
Should be a nice time for both of them.
Yep. So bear in mind, 10:30 is the mark that Julie Norney would be looking at. That's her stretch goal there, I'd say, to get that Australian record held by Robin Bassman from New South Wales.
Yeah, she's probably thereabouts right now without seeing a actual time when she passed that line.
So Main just had a little poke over the shoulder to see who was next, and she'd see Vic Scalzonis. And I think Kroll is with her. Norney just sitting by herself at the moment. So as they go around the other side, we'll be...
Jessie Main looks to pass on the shoulder of Waters. She's looking comfortable and she's done enough sitting. She's ready to make the race hers. In saying that, Waters isn't going to let her do
Waters
that.
won't let her go past easy.
Not easy anyway.
Sarah's been around. She's a good strategic runner and she knows the value of that inside lane. So Main just sitting to the outside. Scalzonis going along quite strongly. As we see Julie Norney just coming into screen now. So Main just edging forward. Not much in it here.
If we can see a time on Julie Norney with 3 laps to go.
So pace is slowing a little bit. They're on about the 10:22 pace there. But I think Main might have just picked it up slightly.
And Norney more heading for that 10:35 as she went through that first...
So 10:30.27 is that Australian record that Julie Norney may have her in her sights, but she'll need a big last kilometre.
Main's taken over the control. Waters looks like she's hurt, but this is the way she runs, and she runs very effectively with that style. Scalzonis next. Brianna Kroll looking terrific. Norney just
2 to go, and Waters isn't letting Main pass her and forget about her. She's holding on.
Waters will not let her go. she is tough.
It's a bit of a skill of hers, is it?
And you can see moving back, Ashton's got Westcott, her teammate, just to the outside of her. Julie Norney just tracking along nicely there.
And we said Norney was dropping off that goal pace of hers, although possibly an ambitious goal. She is holding strong, and the gap between her and Kroll isn't changing by that much.
Yep. So 10:51.5 is the Victorian record. Oh, we've got another record, I've just been told. Daniel Smee in the men's C 3,000 metres was a new Tasmanian M50 record.
Okay,
so
what's
Jared
that?
Gibson
3 or 4 official?
Yep. It is just raining records tonight, Massini. Do you want to get out and have a run and see if you can...
I kind of do, I've missed my chance. Maybe not a 1,500.
All right. Well, we'll do a 100 sprint at the end of the night.
Right. Commentator sprint.
Yep. All right, so it's really starting to hot up now. We're going to come down to get the bell. So So going through about 9.2 for Main. Yeah, no, she's definitely has got the, she'll get the win. There's no doubt. Jess Main's got this one. I can't see Sarah coming over the top. She's not renowned for a kick finish. Very impressed with Scalzona. So let's get behind Julie Norney. She went through, not out of the question. If Norney winds it up,
which she is,
if she does, this isn't out of the question. So 10:30.27 is that time. As we see Jess Main down the back straight, looking strong.
That is, that's our next time to watch. Jess Main will close in a quick time. We know that's going to happen. 9:38 with 200 metres to go. She's heading for a 9:20. But eyes on Julie Norney when the camera turns around to her in the closing stages. 10:30 is that Australian record that she will be chasing. And she's run such a solid run by herself for a lot of it as well. Just with athletes in her sights, but not up on the heels of them. 100 metres to go for Main. We see Waters trailing in the background. She's entering the straight now. Norney holding strong around that back bend, but Main.
Norney's just coming into the straight now, I believe. This is going to be Clyde. I think it should just be the wrong side, but it's going to be. She's going for it. Let's get the camera back.
So
you can see Sarah Waters there. 10:30.27 is what we're after. This is going to be close.
Whoa.
This will be an Australian record. Julie Norney. She has got the Australian record.
That is huge. That's impressive. That's so impressive.
It didn't look like she was going to get there. And, wow, that last 800, maybe even 600.
Well, embarrassingly kind of dismissing possibilities mid-race, but what a close.
Norney, our new Australian record holder. So Western coming through now. Then Bucky Smith, the Melbourne Uni athlete. Our early leader there, Chiffy Gray coming through. About 11:15 for her. And Joe Pratt, Casey Cadinia, 11:24 for her.
She's going to go inside her seat time, so she'll be happy with that.
But gee, the records, Michael, keep falling here tonight at Box Hill.
Yeah, number 5, number 6 for the night. With I mean, the women's 1500 metre A race, Lyndon Hall is coming closer.
Oh, you don't? PB.